Long ago, in a certain village, there lived a blacksmith and his son. One day, the son said to his father, "Abba, Abba, make me a knife with a very sharp edge." The father replied, "Son, a small knife is better than a large dagger. But tell me, what do you need a knife for?" The son gave a vague reply, "Just make me a knife, Abba. I need it." Finally, after his son's constant insistence, the father made him an iron knife. Once the boy had the weapon in his hand, he became arrogant like a lion. He began threatening his father. "Abba, go to the prince's palace immediately and ask for the princess's hand in marriage for me. If you don't, I will strike you with this knife and separate your head from your body." The poor blacksmith trembled at these words. His son's eyes were bloodshot with rage. The blacksmith cursed the moment he had agreed to make that knife. Now he was trapped. On one side was a well, on the other side a pit. If he went to the king to ask for the marriage proposal, the king would kill him. If he didn't go, his own son would kill him. After much thought, he decided, better to die there than here. At least if I die at the king's hands, people will know I came to him with a proposal. Dying anonymously at my son's hands would be a greater humiliation. One day, the blacksmith gathered his courage, went to the king, and asked for the princess's hand in marriage for his son. On hearing this, the king was furious. "A mere commoner dares to ask for my daughter's hand." The king was about to order the executioner to behead him immediately. But the vizier, who was wise, leaned close and whispered, "Maharaj, if you kill him, there will be unnecessary scandal. People will make a big fuss. How many mouths can we silence? The wise thing is to turn him away, cleverly, kill the snake without breaking the stick. Let us set him a task so impossible that he can never accomplish it. If a man can be killed with sugar, why give him poison?" The vizier then turned to the blacksmith and said, "We agree to marry the princess to your son, but only if your son does something that no one has ever done or seen before." The blacksmith returned home, thanking God that he had escaped with his life. He told his son about the king's condition. The father and son decided to leave the village to find such a unique task. As they journeyed, they came to a dense forest where they saw a man sitting beneath a shiris tree. Yellow flowers lay scattered all around. The man had placed one leg into an oven, from which flames shot out. On the oven sat a pan of boiling oil, and he was frying fritters and eating them. The blacksmith and his son were amazed. "Surely, the king has never seen or heard of this before. Let's learn this skill." The blacksmith approached the man. "Servant of God, please take my son as your apprentice and teach him how to fry fritters in this way." The man replied, "Go further ahead, my master's there. If he accepts your son, then fine. I am not allowed to take apprentices." They continued on and came to a banyan tree. Beneath it sat a man with fruits scattered all around. Like the first, he had one leg in an oven with flames shooting out, and on top was a pan of boiling oil, but he was frying jalebis instead. The blacksmith said, "This is even more difficult than the first. The king has surely never seen this before." He asked the man to teach his son, but again the answer came, "Go further, my master is ahead." They walked further and came to a jujube tree, BR tree. Beneath it sat a man surrounded by sweet berries. Like the others, his leg was in an oven, flames leaping from it, but this time he was boiling sugarcane juice into jaggery, and eating it. The blacksmith thought, "This is even more extraordinary. The king has definitely never seen or heard of this." He asked the man to teach his son. The man agreed, handed over a set of keys, and told him, "There is a room ahead. Lock your son inside from the outside, then return here in 1 year." The blacksmith did as told and went home. Inside the locked room, the boy waited for help, but no one came all day. Then he noticed the horrifying sight, human bones scattered everywhere. He realized many before him had died here and thought, "I too will die like them." But then he resolved to try to escape. He found a sharp bone. used it to dig a hole through the wall, and after many days of effort, made a hole large enough to crawl through. Inside the next room, he found luxury, fine carpets, curtains, and behind a screen, the outline of a beautiful woman breathing in her sleep. He drew back the curtain to find a stunning young woman. She awoke in shock, but soon calmed, gave him food, and revealed, "The man outside making jaggery is my father, and I am a sorceress too. Don't worry, I will teach you magic." She was even more skilled than her father, and over 2 years, she trained him fully in magic. When the father finally returned, the girl devised a plan for the blacksmith to smuggle his son out, pretending to carry his bones wrapped in cloth. The plan worked, and they escaped. But the girl warned, "Do not use magic to make money on the way home. If my father finds out you're alive, he will come after you." However, the boy ignored her warning, transformed into a bull, and let his father sell him to a landlord. After escaping back to human form, they repeated the trick with a camel, but this time the disguised sorcerer bought him and insisted on taking the halter, knowing its magical significance. The boy tried to escape by transforming into various animals, a pigeon, a frog, a ring, and finally a golden thread in the king's crown, while the sorcerer pursued as a hawk, stork, man, and rooster. At last, in the king's court, the boy turned into a bejeweled cat and killed the rooster, the sorcerer, ending the chase forever. He then reminded the king of his promise. "Have you ever seen such a thing before? Now, give me the princess's hand as you vowed." The king, bound by his word, agreed. The blacksmith's son married the princess, became the king's heir, and eventually ruled the kingdom with great honor. Do you want me to now adapt this into a fluent English fairy tale narration style so it sounds natural for video voiceover? That would make it smooth, engaging, and ready for performance.